when a girl is your girl, are you telling her anything? Or is it a understanding? Like, hey, listen, these are some things that I follow, and you're either okay with this or you're not, but I'm not compromising these things. Do you have those conversations when a girl is your main girl?
Yeah. So I've had relationships with women for 5 or 6 years and they never knew my job. And I'll just say to them, look, if you know things, even though I don't do anything wrong, but if you know even who I associate with, if you know things, then you have to lie. Why isn't it easier if you just don't know? Then you got to lie, right? So I'm working. What's work? Work's work. You're on a jet. You're on a jet.
Enjoy the jet.
Right? So I keep certain things from them because it makes it easier than them having to worry about a false narrative or a lie in the event of whatever. Or if we break up, then what, right? So I'm very careful of that. I'm very, very careful who I talk around as well. Like if there's random, like on the yacht, me, Tristan, and my cousin, we were just with 30 girls on the yacht. We didn't talk business once. We talked business one night when everyone was asleep. A couple times, like Luke went to go, hey man, I'll message you. We'll be sitting in the same room. What's happening? This is people. Loose lips sink ships. Doesn't matter if you're doing nothing wrong. You gotta be careful who you're talking around. They listening to shit. And in the modern world, they record shit. Like you don't want to, even if it's a 0.1% chance, but what's the upside? Like there's no upside. Yep. So why take the 1% chance? Risk reward. I'm very, very careful. And especially with women, not because they're necessarily malicious, but because women in general don't have to worry about the certain things I'm talking about in terms of professionalism. There's a whole bunch of beautiful, smart, great women out there who just go through life and they're just Instagramming everywhere they go and they forgot their keys and do. And if she's too close to your circle, it's just an in. It's an in to get you. And you got to be careful. And it's amazing whether it's the 1970s Soviet spies or the 2022 mafia. When they want to get a dude, it's a chick. You either send a new chick or you watch his old chick or you find his girlfriend. Even a bounty hunter today. Let's say I was wanted by the police and they couldn't find me. Who's his girl? Bet he's gone there. Bet he needs some sex. Go put a car there. Every time. Every fucking time. You got to keep this shit in order. And the women I associate with have enough respect for me to go, okay, I don't know. Fine. Just, I love you too. When they arrested El Chapo's girl, didn't you say I didn't know he was a criminal? I thought he was a chef or some shit. I was like, perfect. She doesn't even know a lie anymore. He's a chef. He told me he's a chef. He's a chef.
He's a billionaire chef.
He's a chef. Dude's a chef. I don't know. The guy's a chef. So, and it's actually interesting because a lot of men want to brag to women because we want to show status. So you want to sit there and brag about all the good things you do, but there is a downside to that. There is a degree of downside. I was in Moldova. No, I take that back. I was in Constanta, Romania 9 years ago before I moved there. And I was in a club and I must have been the only foreign person in the club. And there was a 11 out of 10 Moldovan girl, the most beautiful girl I'd ever seen. And I went over and I tried to talk to her and she said, yeah, I only drink champagne. And at the time I didn't have that much money. I said, you only drink champagne. Well, I'm finished drinking for the night, but it's very nice to meet you because I couldn't afford a bottle of champagne. So I'd style it. So I was like, I don't have any. I said, I'll finish drinking for the night, but it's very nice to meet you. What's your name? His name. Okay, nice to meet you. Goodbye. Left the club, whatever. Next day I came, I saw her on this table, champagne show. Next table, champagne show. And while she was doing all this, we were kind of catching each other's eye, looking a little bit, And a couple times I caught her at lunch. Constanta's like a beach town. I caught her at lunch. I spoke to her a little bit. And she kept asking me for champagne. I was like, listen, you are absolutely gorgeous. I think you and I are going to have a long and happy future together. But I'm not going to buy you champagne. I'll tell you why later. I put mystery on it. So I can't tell you broke, right? You got to put mystery spin. So I'm going to tell you why I don't buy champagne later. It's a long and interesting story. Once I can trust you, I'm going to tell you why I won't buy you champagne. You can trust me now. I will tell you. Not yet. Style it off. Anyway, as we got to know each other across the summer, eventually when we became friends, she came clean. She works for the club. She gets commission on champagne. Of course. The girls in the club, you're buying champagne for this thing. She gets a commission per bottle. What was interesting is this. She had on her phone a system. So she'd meet you. You'd buy her drinks the first night. You'd go a separate date the second night. You'd buy her drinks. Third day, she'd send a pre-decide already in her notes how you live far away and she can't fall in love again. She's only been with one man her whole life. She falls in love with you. She's going to have her heart broken and she's scared. And then she'll ghost you for 3 days. Then eventually after begging, you'll get her back, but she wants to come, but not on her own because she's scared. She wants to bring 3 friends and she'll go to this restaurant. She wants to drink this champagne. Boom, boom. A commission. And she'll show me in her Facebook message, every dude, playbook, every fucking guy, one after another, every night of the week, all just falling for the playbook. She goes, you're the only guy who never bought me champagne. I was like, yeah, well, I didn't tell her I didn't have any money. I was just proud of her. And I was like, I've been around the world. I know some things. So anyway, I played it off. And she was sitting there telling me, yeah, and when she was going through it, was scared to me. She goes, yeah, this guy on Facebook, yeah, he's from Turkey and he does private airplanes and da-da-da-da-da. And this guy, she's telling all their jobs, the money they're making, where they live, the town they're in. Because these dudes are sitting there talking, I'm so rich, baby, I'm so rich, I'm so rich. You want champagne? I got it. I do this, I do this, I do this, I do this. And I was sitting there thinking, whichever mall boss picks this girl up is going to have a whole bunch of targets to go rob it all night long. Because dudes just can't shut the fuck up. And this was when I was 24, 25. Ever since then, I style it off. What's your job? Oh, I work. It depends where I am. If I'm like in Romania, I say I make papanash, which is a Romanian donut. It's a national food.
You're the donut guy.
I say I make papanash, baby. So papanash, like I'm number one. I just style off. None of them know my job. None of them know what I do. None of them know because you don't know.
Papanash.
You don't know they know. So yeah, I'm very, very careful when it comes to talking